Well, good afternoon, and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Today, it's rivalry baseball as the Lompoc Braves visit the Cabrillo Conquistadors. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from Don McIntyre Field on the campus of Cabrillo High School, where the 1-4 Concs are set to host the 2-5 Braves. The visiting Braves take the field today on a 3-game losing streak, having dropped consecutive games to San Marcos, Santa Barbara, and Dos Pueblos. Cabrillo was on a 2-game slide of their own, having lost to DP and San Ynez. So with both of these local teams hovering at the bottom of the early Channel League standings, today it's not just about the rivalry, it's about riding the ship, getting into the win column, and climbing into the playoff race. But, of course, it's Lompoc and Cabrillo, so mostly it's about the rivalry. Joining me today is the Staffmeister himself, Mike Loney. Mike, both of these teams uncharacteristically find themselves at the bottom of the standings. One has a chance to move things in the right direction this afternoon. How do these two ball clubs match up this year?
Well, they're pretty even. The problem is they're both even at not terribly impressive so far. In their favor, however, is the fact that they are in a tough league. Dos Pueblos, for instance, leading the league, is in Division 1. Santa Barbara in second place is in Division 2. San Ynez, San Marcos, and Lompoc are all D4, and Cabrillo is in D5. So we're also looking at a couple of streaks, one for each team. Cabrillo has not yet won a game on their home field here at McIntyre at the complex, barely on the edge of Cabrillo High School.
Indeed.
And Lompoc has not won one on the road. So unless we have a tie today, somebody's breaking the streak.
No, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. I'm sure the folks at home will be shocked to learn that it is a bit windy here today.
I was amazed to see it as well when I got here. And windy on the mesa? Come on.
And that will probably come into play at least a couple of times today.
Well, remember, everything hit to right field will drift to the parking lot. So.
Yep. Anything down the first base line is, unless it's to the left of the pitcher's mound, will probably go foul if it's up in the air. And the flags out there are doing all kinds of curlicues out there, so you never know quite what you're going to get there.
Well, considering the weather we've had over the last couple of weeks, today is awfully darn nice. Just a few scattered clouds, blue skies mostly. It is a little chilly, and the wind's blowing, what, about 15 to 20? Yeah. But I've seen it a lot worse up here.
And it is mostly dry, which is always a fun thing.
And I have to tell you, congratulations and kudos to the grounds crew here at Cabrillo High School. The last time I was at this field about a week or so ago when the game against San Marcos had to be moved down south because the field was so tore up with the weather. It is in terrific shape right now, and some people did some marvelous work getting it that way. So congratulations to those guys for making this happen.
Speaking of things that seem to have gotten better over the last week or so, I ran into Fred Brown coming in.
Oh.
And he is here today along with Dina, and Fred's doing better.
Well, that's good to hear.
Former coach, teacher, and all-around good guy here at Cabrillo.
Especially the all-around good guy part.
Yeah. Well, now they're throwing
things at us again. We are in our usual position here, directly behind home plate, fortunately behind a big piece of wood and some metal screen.
Yeah. In front of the press box.
Yes. In front of, not in the press box. It's our usual reserve seating.
Yeah.
And we appreciate the spot.
Yes, we do.
Always nice of Coach Osborne and Mr. Troop, the AD, to allow us to come join the fun. As we get prepared here to get things started underway, the Braves will, of course, be the visiting team here up at Cabrillo, and we'll bat first and get you their starting lineups here shortly. This should be a good one. As Mike said, both teams a little bit on the rough edges here starting off this season.
Both teams young, although Lompoc drastically young. 2 seniors on the squad and a bunch of youngsters.
Looks like starting on the mound for the Conquistador will be number 13, Matt Gonzalez.
He's been their ace so far this year. He's pitched 14 of their 32 innings that they've posted, and giving up a .5 ERA.
That's pretty respectable.
That's pretty respectable, especially he's had 3 appearances. He had a complete game. The one game they won. Cabrillo's pitching has been pretty good since their blowout against Arroyo Grande when they gave up 14 runs.
So when Matt goes the distance, they win, right?
So far. And
well, we're about to get underway with Gonzalez on the mound. And number 5, Ryan Morgan, to start things off for the Braves here.
The big problem for Cabrillo so far this year has been at the plate, where they have one guy who's better than the Mendoza line, and they have scored a grand total of 7 runs in 7 games. Six runs in their 3 Channel League games.
First pitch of the day from Gonzalez is a swinging strike to Ryan Morgan. And it's 0-1. Morgan looks at strike 2, quickly in an 0-2 hole. This one's hit sharply into right field past the first baseman for a leadoff single for Ryan Morgan. And as you might be able to hear from the dugout, there is some enthusiasm here at McIntyre Field today, as you might expect. This is the first of 3 times these 2 teams will meet this year.
A couple more times in the last week of the month.
So a leadoff single puts a man at first with nobody out.
Brings up lefty.
Dylan Bailey,
one of the youngsters.
One of those freshmen. Ball low and in the dirt outside. Nice stop. Patrick Garcia behind the plate for the Conks today. Doing a nice job on that one. Count is 1-0. Squares up to bunt. Punts it right back to the mound.
Very nice bunt.
Throw to first. Records the out, but Morgan moves to second on the sack. Nice place bunt, straight to back towards the mound, about halfway there.
Yeah, and should note that although they've gotten the field in real good shape, it's probably going to be a little bit dead today because we had a fair amount of rain earlier this morning.
There is a wet spot in the infield just past between the mound and second base, I was noticing in pregame. So
Morgan takes a healthy lead off second, and
Caleb Ramirez up now for the Braves.
Ramirez looks at a ball outside and low.
And does the same thing again. 2-0 to Caleb Ramirez. Morgan on second. No outs for the Braves here in the top of the first. Swung on and fouled off the screen for strike 1.
Off to our right.
Two balls and a strike now to Caleb Ramirez. Morgan dancing in seconds. This one smacked back to the mound. They'll get Morgan at third.
Yeah. That ball was a little low and outside, but it was drilled about 6 inches off the ground.
Gonzalez snagged it. Morgan was off the bag, so they picked him off at third. That'll put Ramirez over at first base for the Braves with 1 down. It takes us to Oscar Rojas. Pitch from Gonzalez just misses the outside corner for ball one. Runner going. Fly ball, shallow center field, up in the wind, and it'll be caught for the third out.
Eventually. Just wobbled around out there a ways.
Blake Beecher under that one to record out number 3, and the Braves are gone here in the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. So after a half an inning, it's the Braves nothing, and the Conquistadors coming to bat. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Valley Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back in the studio doing what he does. Don't forget, for your friends, neighbors, and family that are outside of our listening area, remind them that they too can listen to Lompoc and Cabrillo sporting events on kpegradio.com. Streaming live worldwide. kpegradio.com.
And on the mound today for the Braves to start things off, Oscar Rojas. Seems like he's always out there, but really they do use some other people as well.
Well, he was the starter of the last Braves game that we covered a week or so ago. That was that game when we were supposed to have been here during this San Marcos Cabrillo game and ended up down in Botery because of field conditions.
Yeah. We, like the game, kind of got washed downhill.
It's good to be flexible.
Yeah.
Just like Gonzalez, Oscar is the workhorse of the Braves pitching staff as well.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like he's been on the Braves pitching staff for 5-6 years, but it's only been a couple.
Oscar's a junior.
Yeah.
So we'll get to watch him one more year, we think.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully. Behind the plate is Derek Argel. At least he was warming up. Yeah.
Well, it looks like that's Ramirez back there.
Ramirez back there.
Yeah, okay.
Argel was. That's why I was kind of surprised. But,
yes, things are as they should be. Caleb Ramirez behind the plate. Rojas on the mound.
And he throws the ball outside to leadoff lefty.
Got the corner for called strike. It's Frausto batting for the Cons. Swings at a high one, knocks it off the screen to our left for strike 2.
And Caesar has launched a couple of this.
Won't be the last, I don't think.
But he's quickly looking at an 0-2 count. And
takes that one high, however.
Another one, same spot.
All of a sudden, we got a 3-2 count. First full count of the day. Let's see what Oscar does with it. Frausto fouls this one over towards the softball diamond. By the way, there's a softball game going on right next door as we speak. We'll try and get you some updates on that one as time goes on.
And he walked it.
Ball forward to Frausto. We'll send him to first.
So each team with a runner here in the first. That brings up number 6, Mason Towns. Unless I'm severely mistaken. He's got an older sister who's playing for the New Mexico Lobos and got to start today.
Right. Excellent.
At first base, I think.
Throw to first, not in time, but not didn't miss by much.
No, that was
nice throw there by Ramirez. The ball at the plate for 1-0 count. Towns fouls this one off the screen. Evens us up at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 on, no outs here in the bottom of the first inning with a scoreless ball game so far. Rojas with a little throw to first. Casual, just keeping him honest type of a throw over to Fausto.
Fausto still got Dan in the dirt to get back.
Ooh. And a healthy cut by Towns. He goes down swinging for out number 1. That'll bring up pitcher Matthew Gonzalez. Pitcher on pitcher here in the first inning. So 1 at first with 1 down for the Conks. Gonzalez watches that one go by a little high for ball 1.
Yeah. A little high and a smidgen inside, but
Gonzalez standing fairly close to the plate in the batter's box.
Yeah, another throw over to first.
Outfield is all playing pretty deep and shading just a little bit right.
Yeah.
Well hit, smacked over to second. Could be 2. There's 1. Oh, ball gets loose. And everybody's safe.
Yeah, and that's an error in the shortstop coming across. And nice pickup of the ball, nice delivery to second, and he just dropped it.
So a potential double play for the Braves turns into an error. And now we've got 2 on with 1 out. Brings up Anthony Lopez, number 14. Right-handed senior for the Conks.
Fairly tall kid. Yeah. That one just inside.
Lopez listed at 6'1", and he's every bit of that, I think.
Yeah.
1-0 pitch to Lopez.
Ooh.
Beamed him on the thigh, and he'll take first. And that will load the bases for the Conquistadors here in the first inning with only 1 out.
If there's anybody in the Braves who can shake that off, though, it's the guy out there on the mound, Oscar Rojas.
We've been watching him for a few years, like you said, and he is kind of unflappable out there. See what he does with this. 1 down, bases full.
Patrick Garcia comes up and skies one high.
Infield fly. Drifting under it.
That
makes the catch.
Baseman.
That's Dylan Bailey over there first. Squeezes that one into the glove for out number 2.
Now batting. Number 17, Hunter.
And Hunter Barthel, number 17, takes the bat for the Conks. Ray's trying to get out of a first inning jam here. Chopper foul. No balls on the strike to Barthel. How's this one high off the screen above our heads for strike 2? So Oscar and the Braves 1 strike away from getting out of a little bit of a jam here early. 0-2 to Barthel.
Oscar shakes off Caleb. Oh.
And they got him on an off speed.
Yep. That was a beautiful one. Ended up down in the dirt, but he had no way of stopping his swing on that one.
So the Cox come up empty, but they leave 3 stranded. After 1 complete inning here at McIntyre Field, it is Lompoc nothing, Cabrillo nothing. And you are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back at the studio. Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it very much. Don't forget, this being Friday, it is Friday, right?
I believe so.
I believe so. Okay. This being Friday, we have a show called New Tracks that plays every Friday night at 6 o'clock this evening, shortly after this game concludes. Stay with us and check out New Tracks. It's where we highlight some of the brand new music we've recently added to our KPEG music library. Plus, we'll debut 1 brand new song that's never been aired before on our station. Tonight, you'll hear some rather familiar tunes from the past and some things I guarantee you don't know about.
Kind of in that category, what was the special, never been played before New Tracks last week?
Last week we featured a song called Icky Thump by the White Stripes as our debut song. Gives you an idea just how far I'll go. So you just never know what you're going to hear on New Tracks. So tune in tonight at 6 and see what I got planned for you this evening. I guarantee you'll have some fun. New Tracks tonight at 6 p.m. exclusively on KPEG. Back to baseball, top of the second. Here we go. Braves up. This is, who is that? That Hernandez?
Took a high pitch outside. For ball. Takes another one. Same general vicinity. Lefty, anyway.
That is Isaiah Hernandez, number 6. 3 straight balls outside from Gonzalez. And Hernandez is ahead 3-0. Gonzalez will step off the mound and gather himself a little bit. Then we're back to action. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Low and away. 4 straight balls sends Hernandez to first with a walk. So the streak continues. Both teams with runners on base every inning.
So I think we've got a new motto for New Tracks, Greg. Because nobody else would dare.
That's probably about true. I guarantee you we play more stuff that nobody else would even think about playing on our station.
Sean Mua comes up, number 3 for the Braves.
Takes strike 1.
Catcher looks at first, threatens a throw, but does not.
Let's go, Sean!
Now there's a quick throw to first from Gonzalez. Hernandez slides in belly first.
Yeah, that one was pretty close, too.
Squares to bunt. Nice one over towards third. Well placed. Go to first to make the out. But Hernandez will advance to second on the sacrifice bunt. A couple of well-placed bunts by the Braves so far today.
Yep. Braves trying to manufacture something here. As Nick Cajedo comes up.
Another lefty for the Braves. A lot of that going around.
Yep.
Skies this one over high, shallow center field.
Finally taken by the shortstop, drifting back. But,
you never know where those balls are going to end up when
Yeah,
you put them up in the Gulf Stream.
That could have gone any of about 4 different places, and
ended up kind of holding its course and out number 2. So 2 down, a man at second for the Braves. This is Bradley Waite.
Rifled it down the first base line, and surprisingly, it went foul.
Somewhere over there in the neighborhood of first base coach Larry.
Yeah.
Fouls that one off the screen.
Not quite straight back, but close enough. That would actually not a whole lot of difference.
2 quick strikes to Waite. So it's 0-2 with 2 down. Runner at second for the Braves.
Ooh, nice pitch.
Got him. Strike 3. And the Braves are retired here in the second.
That is what they call the big bender.
No runs, no hits, 1 walk, 1 left. So 1.5 complete here at McIntyre, and it is still the Braves nothing, the Conquistadors nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
We should mention this being Saturday, that means tomorrow, this being Friday, tomorrow being Saturday, there is a special budget workshop taking place tomorrow morning.
Ooh, fun.
At City Hall. If you would like to go down and be a part of the budget process and voice your concerns and share your ideas with the city council and the city management and administration, this will be a marvelous opportunity for you to do that. There's kind of a reception time at 8:30 to 9 o'clock. Then the workshop itself will begin at 9. If you can't make it in person, it will be televised live on TAP TV Channel 23 at the TAP TV website and live on KPEG Radio right here at 100.9 FM.
And will that also be available later on YouTube?
It will be. We will be archiving that, and it will be available for video on demand, well, being a Saturday, probably Monday afternoon. Back to baseball we go. Bottom of the second. This is
Alec Brown.
Alec Brown, number 24, up to start things off in the second for the Comets.
Takes a called strike.
Swings at strike 2. And watches strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 down. It's a pretty good ratio.
Yeah.
So 1 away.
And here comes number 18.
That's
Blake Beecher.
Blake Beecher.
Number 18, Blake Beecher.
He swung at one that was high and right on the corner. Couldn't catch up to it.
Strike 1 to Beecher. Another swing and a miss. 5 consecutive strikes now by Rojas.
Yeah, he's starting to settle into a groove.
Make that 6.
Yeah.
6 strikes.
Starting to move the
2
ball
outs.
around pretty well, too. That one had some movement on it.
Yeah, Oscar continues to pitch like that. He's going to be tough to deal with today.
Yep. And here comes Towns, wearing number 8 today. And he takes consecutive strike number 7.
Gavin Towns, 5'7", 135-pound sophomore.
Oh, just off the glove.
Throw to first from second. just in time to record the out.
Yeah, that was just off the glove of Rojas, and nice job by the second baseman to track it down and get it over to first.
So a quick inning here by the Lompoc defense in the second.
9 pitches.
A couple of strikeouts and a quick ground out, and Cabrillo is done here in the bottom of the second. 2 complete here at McIntyre. It's still scoreless. It's Lompoc versus Cabrillo, rivalry week on the KPEG game of the week. You mentioned there's a Lompoc Cabrillo softball game going on just to our left on the other half of this complex.
The Bob Boyer Athletic Complex here.
We will try and get some information on that game and feed you some scores if we can. Unfortunately, the scoreboard doesn't seem to be working. From our vantage point here behind home plate on the baseball side, we can just almost see the entire softball scoreboard, but there's no lights on it, so not helpful in that regard.
Trying to remember if they had a 4 o'clock start or not on them.
I'm not sure.
They might be a little behind us, but
might not have been started yet. You're right. We will keep an eye on the board and see what we come up with.
Not sure what time it is today. Yeah, right at 4 o'clock.
So we will go to the top of the third over here on the baseball side. Gunnar Thomas will step into the batter's box for the Braves. They swing at the first pitch and foul it over into the parking lot.
Headlight, Hutton.
So I don't park over there. Oh, 1 pitch. Well hit to center. Should be playable. Drifts to the right a little bit and gets in the glove for out number 1. So that's the Braves' first trip through the order. It takes us back up to number 1. Batting in the 1 spot, Ryan Morgan. Seems like he's been around forever, too. He's just a junior also.
Ooh. Sent that one over to the Little League parking lot.
Oh, 1 now to Morgan. Inside around the knees for a ball. Evens the count of 1 apiece.
Yep.
Nobody on here for the Braves in the top of the third in a scoreless ball game. Ooh, this one's well hit. This probably drop into left field for a single.
Yeah, that one got up in the air and just died.
Yep. The wind just knocked that one straight down. Nobody had a play on it.
He couldn't have walked out there and positioned that thing better.
So Ryan on base for the second time today. This time with a 1-out single.
And that brings up Rojas. Oh, Bailey. 21, Dylan Bailey.
Bailey squaring to bunt. Throw to first. Morgan dives back in safely. Should note there is a nice contingent of fans from both schools here watching this game today, as there usually is for this one.
Throw back to first again.
That one was pretty close. Brown tagged Morgan on the back, but he had a hand on the bag, so just in time. There's the throw. Morgan takes off. Throw to second will be offline. Morgan turns the corner, will head for third.
And he'll be in standing up. They're still looking for the ball out there, but Morgan's held at third. And
they'll bring it in. So an error on the throw to second will send Morgan, give him a steal and an error, I guess. Something like that. And now the Braves have a runner in scoring position at second base with one down. Third base, excuse me, with one down.
And it's now a 2-0 count after another ball.
Once again, Dylan Bailey, the freshman, up. Looking at a 2-0 count. Fishes that one out and fouls it over towards softball. Two balls on the strike now. To Bailey.
Ooh.
Nice stop there by Garcia.
Yeah. Bailey swung at it, however, so it's strike one. Or excuse me, strike two after the foul.
Now it evens it up at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here for the Braves with a runner at third. Top of the third inning, no score. Braves trying to change that. Check swing on a high one.
We're looking at another full kill. Or second of the game.
And Garcia will trot out to have a word with Gonzalez.
Third base coach and Ryan Morgan having a lengthy discussion down the line.
Okay, here we go. 3-2 pitch. Blowing in, ball 4. Gonzalez gives up the walk, and the Braves have runners at the corners with 1 out.
Brings up Caleb Ramirez, number 10, batting from the right side.
Quick throw to first, gets away. Here comes Morgan from third. He will score standing up. Alert base running by Ryan Morgan, and the Braves have the first run of the day. So 1-0 Lompoc. Still only 1 out.
Bailey takes off from first.
Throw to second.
In time.
You get him?
Yep.
All right. It was screened out by the home plate umpire. Nice throw there by Garcia to pick Bailey off at second. That'll record the second out of the inning. And the bases are now clear for the Braves.
The pitch was a ball and followed up by a called strike. 2.
1-1 pitch inside for ball 2.
Dropped another one outside.
3-1 now to Caleb Ramirez. Gonzalez working pretty quickly. Drops that one in for ball 4.
Is inside. A walk on 5 pitches. Then an errant throw to first. And brings up Oscar Rojas. Braves pitcher with a chance to help himself a bit here with the bat.
Ramirez dancing around at first a little bit.
First pitch way outside. Nice stop by Garcia. Had to backhand it, diving to his right.
Outside again, throw to first from behind the plate, not in time. 2 balls now to Oscar.
At this rate, Garcia is going to have a sore arm by the end of the game.
By the end of this inning.
Another throw back to first, but this time by the pitcher. They're definitely trying to keep the Braves honest here.
Absolutely. Runner going. Another throw. The second. This one is loose in the dirt. Ramirez will be safe at second.
Another one that wasn't held.
So the runner advances.
Braves with 2 out, runner on second.
3-0 pitch, foul high and out of play. Past first base.
Yep, Rojas launched that into the air about 30 feet inside the line, and by the time it hit the ground, it was about 10 feet past the fence on the. So yeah, the air's moving a little bit.
Three-one pitch, well hit, smacked into center field for a single. All the way from second comes Caleb Ramirez to score. So a 2-out RBI single by Oscar Rojas puts the Braves up 2-0. And that will bring a conference at the mound for the Conquistadors. Players only.
Still in the bottom of the third.
Top.
Something like that.
Yeah, one of those.
The number was right.
Yep. 2-zip. Braves on the board first here. Now, not done yet. Hernandez back up for the Braves now.
Looks at the ball.
Showing bunt. Runner going. Swung on. Here's another throw. Got him at second. And that time a real nice throw by Garcia. Picks Oscar off at second base, and the Braves will be finished here in the third. With some damage done by the blue and white. 2 runs across. Nobody left. So after 2.5 here at Don McIntyre Field, our score is now Lompoc 2, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
I'm going to keep a little bit of an eye on Oscar Rojas. He seemed to have dinged up his hand a little bit on that play at second base.
And he's
his glove hand.
Shaking his hand a little bit, but waving off everybody.
Right back up to the mound to start his warm-up, so apparently not too severe.
Says if they keep throwing strikeouts, I won't have to worry about the glove.
Yep, that's right. Here's what I'm looking for. I told you about the budget workshop coming up tomorrow morning. In the meantime, I'd like to get a little previous information so you're prepared. You can go to the city website. There's an interactive budget tool right there on the city homepage where you can actually see the budget categories, the allocation, the dollar allocations that are currently there. You can change them around and manipulate them any way you want and make yourself your very own version of the balanced budget. And all that is being taken into account at the workshop. So if you want to be informed and you want to have an idea what they're talking about, you can go use that interactive budget workshop tool at the City of Lompoc website before the meeting tomorrow, and you'll be ready to talk shop.
My dad would have loved that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cesar Frausto up to start things off for Cabrillo in the third. Swing to strike one. And finally, Oscar misses with the pitch high.
I tell you, the Cabrillo tennis team is trying to practice over there across the way, and the balls are not cooperating.
And that one fouled back right towards my nose.
Yeah, you got a real... That would have looked good in 3D, Greg.
Yeah. Did you see that? I didn't flinch an inch.
Yeah, it was more like throwing.
1 ball, 2 strikes, Frausto. Got him looking, strike 3 call. And 1 down here in the Cabrillo third. Takes us to Mason Towns, number 6.
Oscar's starting to collect a few strikeouts out there on the mound.
This is that one high for ball 1. When Rojas gets in a bit of a groove, he can.
I'm not sure that first pitch was exactly a miss. I think that may have been a little bit of manipulation there.
Yep. Towns fouls one to the parking lot for a strike. Takes a mighty cut at that fastball right down the middle for strike 2. That one had some juice on it.
Yeah.
Michael had a great gun on that one.
Oh,
beautiful pitch on the outside portion of the plate. Strike 3 called. Oscar's second strikeout of the inning. Had 2 last inning.
Yeah, he's starting to compile a few. But that one, you cannot throw a pitch better than that one.
I probably could have hit it, but
yeah, with a barn door maybe. But that was,
I hit it with my car.
That was one that some of the old timers, that one slid across the plate.
Brings up pitcher Matthew Gonzalez. With 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nobody on for the Conks. Little inside on that one for Rojas. Strike ball 1.
A little bit of a don't crowd the plate message.
Bottom dropped out of that one for strike 1.
That one looked like it was going to be in the same spot, and then it disappeared.
1-1 to Gonzalez.
Same.
Say it again. Strike 2.
And we're looking at another 1-2 count.
Matt looking a little frustrated there.
Stepped out of the box for a bit.
Oh, got him. Strike 3.
That was a beautiful curve. Swing and strike, and that one just rolled off the table.
And Gonzalez, the 3rd strikeout of the inning. And the Conquistadors all retired.
After Oscar Rojas strikes out the side.
3 complete here at McIntyre. Our score is Lompoc 2, Cabrillo nothing.
11 pitches struck out the side.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back at the studio. Don't forget you can listen to the game live online as well at kpegradio.com. And we've got a whole slate of games coming up for you. Don't even begin to think this is our last one.
You can find those on kpegradio.com too.
Yeah. We'll be right back at it next Tuesday. Short turnaround as we go back to the softball field on Tuesday the 12th. We're right back up here at Cabrillo High School when the San Marcos girls will come to town to visit the Cabrillo softball team. That's a 4 o'clock start. So I hope you can join us for that one. We've got 2 games scheduled for each team. Lompoc and Cabrillo, baseball and softball, plus the rivalry games. So 11 exciting Channel League games scheduled for you over the course of the next several weeks.
And that one was They're head hunting for you again, Greg.
First pitch swinging is Isaiah Hernandez. Fouls that one up. We're in the top of the fourth. Rays with a 2-0 lead.
That one just caught the outside corner.
So Hernandez down 0-2. Smacks this one over to short. Long throw across the field. In time to make the out.
Almost pulled it off, but managed to have a good stretch over there.
Fausto over there at short. Nice job to
Alec Brown. Alec has a lot of ability to stretch. He's 6'4".
Up, bit of reach there. One down here for the Braves in the top of the fourth. High and in on that one to batter Sean Moa. Foul off the plate. Evens the count up to 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here for the Braves.
The aces are 1.
Knew it wouldn't last. The symmetry is gone. 2 balls and a strike. Well, swings at that one for strike 2.
All of a sudden here, we're at a pitching duel, Greg.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch. Swung on. And shot into center field, right past second base.
Line drive. 1 hop to the grass.
And Moa's the first with 1 down. So the Braves have had base runners every inning so far. And Nick Ajedo, number 11, now up to bat for Lompoc.
Another lefty.
Pitch outside. Garcia thinks about a throw to first, pulls it down and sends it back to Matt. One 0 pitch. Foul on the play.
Runner was going, but to no avail. Foul was down the. Took it over to softball, but off the third base there. Over the top of the Cabrillo dugout.
Foul off some of the protective gear.
Yeah, and that hurt just a bit.
Garcia's going to take a knee and try and shake this one off a little bit. That one sounded like it hurt. Bounced off his chin guard.
Runner was going again on that. And that is not a pleasant experience.
Pat rubbing his chin there and trying to make sure he's got all his teeth. Seems
Mike
to be
Torrey,
okay.
Trainer Mike Torrey out there talking to him, and along with the home plate umpire. And Mike is bundled up.
Yes, he is.
You don't see him bundled up real often, so you know it's a little chilly.
Well, this is bundle up weather out here today, that's for sure. Okay, back to action we go. Ajedo looking at a 1-2 count. Throw to first.
Not in time.
Moa back easily.
And Moa comes up just about to the armpit of Brown out there at first base.
Yep. That's the tall and the short of it right there. Rounder to first. That is a fair ball off the bag. Moa will stop at second, turn the corner, and slide into third and gets tagged out on the way by. So Moa trying to take advantage of the loose ball at first and comes up a little bit short at third base.
Really nice throw by Brown. once he tracked down the ball.
It's a sharply hit ball in fair territory, bounced off the bag into foul territory. Brown had to track it down, then was quick to turn and make a nice throw over to third for the out. Bradley Waite now up for the Braves. Takes strike one.
2 out.
Catches the outside corner with that one for strike 2. Runner at first for the Braves with 2 down. 0-2 pitch to Waite. Chopper over the mound, short. It'll be a tough play on the run. Can't handle it. Oh. And the runner got caught off, turned the corner in second, got caught off, tried to get back to the second base, fell down, and then got tagged on the back.
Tried to slide back and came up about 5 feet short.
Yeah, so some rather unfortunate base running for the Braves 2 times in that inning.
When is an error not an error? When you get the runner. Anyway.
Yeah, so the bases get cleared and the side gets retired. So 3.5 here complete at Cabrillo High School, and our score remains Lompoc 2, Cabrillo nothing.
That's the kind of stuff you get with youngsters.
This is high school ball, folks.
Yeah.
Oscar back on the mound for the Braves, getting ready to do his warm-ups. We should tell you about another feature we have exclusively at KPEG Radio. It's a thing called the Local Music Hour. You can catch that Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Guest host Casey Farrer will take you on a tour of some local musicians. Music written, produced, and performed right here by local artists right here in the Lompoc Valley and the surrounding areas on the Central Coast. And we put it together and play it for you for an hour on Saturday nights at 7. The Local Music Hour featuring Casey Farrer. Check it out exclusively at KPEG Radio.
Anthony Lopez at the plate. Takes a ball. And then a strike.
That one popped into the glove pretty nicely.
Well, that one missed just a little bit low. And Oscar's kind of gotten into a pattern here.
2-1. Oh. This will go past the first baseman into right field for a single.
Kind of a interesting hop there, where it just kind of bounce, and then died. And then
no one able to make a play on that one, so the Conquistadors have a base runner here in the bottom of the 4th.
That's the first one they've had for a bit. Brings up number 12.
Patrick Garcia shaking off that little altercation with the ball behind the plate. Runner going.
It's foul.
Runner going back.
Foul back, runner back. Everybody resets and get ready to do it again.
So Patrick Garcia batting 286 on the year so far.
Yeah.
For the first.
One of the few kind of players on really either team that's above the Mendoza line.
Got 4 hits on 14 at-bats on the year. Runner going high, fly ball, going to drift, probably foul.
Yeah,
but still playable.
Stayed in play, but that was pretty deep. That was about 5-10 feet from the fence out there, but it was a good 10-15 yards foul.
And that started 20 yards fair and drifted. Nice job to track that one down out and right for out number 1. Takes us to Hunter Barthel, number 17. With one out, still a runner at first for the Conks.
Throw over, not close.
Barthel batting an even 200. 2 of 10. Call strike on the inside corner.
Will step out of the box. Goes over to the dugout for some signals. Steps back in.
1 out, 1 on for the Conks here in the bottom of the fourth. Braves lead 2-0. Another throw to first. Not in time.
Nice job by the first baseman to corral that one. Well, that was
Oscar with another throw to first.
Yeah, that one was well up.
Rays keeping them honest on the base paths here. There's a runner going. Smacked into
Knuckleball to shortstop. And
nice catch there to have record out number 2 and a throw to first to pick off the runner who was halfway to second.
That one got up into the wind a little bit and it just died. And nice leap by the shortstop. Came down with it, throw over to first for the double play.
Well done, Braves defensively, and the Conks are retired here in the fourth. They got 1 hit. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left. So after 4 complete innings here at McIntyre Field, our score is still the Braves 2, Conquistadors nothing. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
On the voice of the Lompoc Valley.
They're playing KPEG radio in between innings.
As they should.
Yes, they will. But we have all sorts of city government stuff to tell you about today. Check this out. No, we'll tell you next time. We'll save it. I've got a surprise for you.
Yeah, okay. Quick question, Greg, on the budget puzzler or whatever on the site.
The tool? The budget tool?
The budget tool. I presume that will still be available after tomorrow's meeting.
Indeed. Yes, I believe it's going to be up for quite a while.
Okay.
But I've had a chance to take a look at it. It is really, really cool. It's very interactive, very, very intuitive, very user-friendly. Go check it out and balance the budget. Soft grounder towards third. Through on the run. Nicely done. For out number 1.
On a 0-1 count.
Anthony Lopez. Nice job from third to field that one. Records the first out of the inning and takes us to the top of the Braves batting order with Ryan Morgan.
Ooh. And he goes 3 for 3 today with a single to left field.
Ryan Morgan having a good day at the bat. Single to left.
There are some guys who are athletes who don't really look like athletes. Ryan Morgan is not one of them.
Yes. He is an athlete that definitely looks the part. And by the way, did we say he is an athlete?
Yes, indeed. 3-sport athlete. Getting to be rarer and rarer, unfortunately. And the ball outside evens it up at a 1-1 count.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Ball low. Morgan takes off. Ball is loose into center field. Ryan turns the corner and heads for third, and he's in there standing up without a throw. So that's the second time Morgan's taken third on an error.
Scored the last time on an error.
So the count at the plate is 1-1 to Dylan Bailey. Ryan Morgan now at third with one out. Ray is trying to add to their 2-run lead here in the top of the fifth.
Bailey looks like another strike.
2-2 count now. Chalker over toward short. Morgan, they've got him in a pickle at third. And it's back and forth we go. And Ryan Morgan gets past the tag and is safe at third. What an excellent piece of running by Ryan Morgan to stay alive.
And meanwhile, Mr. Dylan Bailey, while everybody was concerned with Ryan Morgan, took second.
There he is, standing safely at second base. And I can't tell you what a nice piece of running that was by Ryan Morgan to evade not one, not two, but three Cabrillo players with the ball. And did it all while staying in the base pad. And that will bring a conference of just about everybody wearing a Cabrillo jersey out to the mound, including Coach Osborne.
Yeah, and that was, you can't do it any better than that. But he had a little burst of speed there at the end, and they were the throwback to the third baseman who was supposed to contain him was a little bit late getting there, and by the time it got there and he swung his arm around to make the tag, Ryan was gone.
Already back to third. Okay, so that changes the situation a little bit. One out with runners at second and third for Lompoc. And that will take us to Caleb Ramirez.
Braves with a chance to break this open a little bit. Ball low and gets away, but quickly hunted down. Good job by Ramirez holding Morgan at third.
So it's 1-0 to Ramirez.
Caleb would much rather get a couple RBIs here than have one score on a wild pitch.
Looks at ball two, low and away.
And they're saying that one hit him, I think, or either that or a balk.
Either way, number 10 is at first base. And the bases are full for Lompoc here in the top of the fifth inning with only one out. And Oscar Rojas will step in to the batter's box for the Braves with a great opportunity to help himself out.
Wonder if
foul back into the parking lot for strike one.
I didn't see a signal for intentional walk, but it didn't look like it hit him. So I'm not sure what happened there, but the end result is the bases are loaded.
Indeed.
With an 0-1 count to the pitcher, who laces one into left field.
This will score two. Morgan crosses. Nope.
Yep.
Quick throw back in.
Very good recovery by the left fielder. Throw back to second.
Not in time?
Not in time.
Okay.
It was very close.
Okay, wait to see. So a nice throw holds Bailey at third, but Morgan scores on the play, and everybody's safe. So it's 3-0 Braves. Still only one out. Base is still full. We have a pinch runner for Lompoc. Derek Arjo will come in to run. for Oscar Rojas. And then we'll bring Isaiah Hernandez up to bat. Low and outside for ball one. Nice stop by Garcia. 3-0 now. Braves lead here in the fifth. Called strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases juiced for the Braves. Single to left field. The score 1. They're sending him safe at home plate.
Was Caleb Ramirez.
Nice slide all the way from second. And a 2-run single. Nope, they got a 2-run double by Isaiah Hernandez. Puts the Braves up 5-0. Still 1 down. Runners at second and third now for Lompoc. And we see Sean Moa up to bat once again. Well hit in the center. This will score at least 1. Make that 2. 2 runs across for the Braves. Sean Moa with a 2 RBI single to center. And it's now 7-0. And the Braves doing some damage here in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, Hato coming up, and the Braves taking advantage of opportunities here today. We have seen some occasions when they did not, but they are certainly...
Patrick Garcia just took another foul ball right in the face mask, and that one hurt.
Yep. And those are cumulative.
Yeah. Garcia doing a great job back there behind the plate today, but he's paying the price.
He's getting beat up.
Okay, seems to be all right. Shaking it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, those hurt. Those hurt to watch.
Mm-hmm. I can assure you it's worse if you're out.
Yes. I have no doubt of that.
Yeah.
You see it talking to the trainer, making sure everything is still where it's supposed to be. It's 7-0 Braves here.
Those hurt if you take one off the chest or the arm or the leg or something, but off the face is particularly egregious. The ones you really worry about, though, are the ones off the neck. Those have a real potential
So 5 runs across for the Braves here in the 5th inning to make it 7-0 Lompoc, and they're not done yet with the runner on and only 1 out. Pitch is outside for a ball.
And you go back to that running play by number 5, Ryan Morgan.
Yeah.
And that could have easily have been a double play. So Hato takes a big swing. Misses everything.
1 ball, 2 strikes now. To Hato. Runner going.
No throw.
So a stolen base.
Well, that was on a ball.
2-2 now at the plate to Hato with a runner in second. And has to dive back. No throw, however. Still 2-2 to Ojeda. Takes that one inside for ball 3. Full count. Now to Nick. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. A runner in second for the Braves here in the top of the 5th inning. Foul high over our heads, not a play. So Ojeda stays alive at 3-2. Three-two pitch from Gonzalez. Fouled off again. Over towards the softball diamond this time. Yeah. Equal opportunity foul ball hitter. We'll put them all over the
place. It's his 3rd foul of this at bat. Make that 4.
Puts this one in the Cabrillo dugout.
Fouled off 3 in a row, yeah.
Good at bat for Ojeda. Let's see if he can pay it off.
Runner on second.
3-2 pitch. Again. Fouled off. Again.
Bullpen area.
Well, if we can foul off this next one over to the Lompoc dugout, I think it's pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch, one more time.
Well, didn't quite get it to the dugout, but he did get it about 3 feet over your head.
Yeah, right up in our neighborhood. Ojeda battling at the plate, staying alive, fouls off 5 straight pitches. And it's still 3-2. Gonzalez saying, what do I got to do to strike this guy out?
That.
Ojeda lets that one go by without a swing. And it's called strike 3. And out number 2. Brings up number 12, Bradley Waite, with 2 down here in the Lompoc 5th. Takes ball 1 inside. Ooh. This one over towards second. Should be a routine play. Throw to first, and the side is retired. So finally, the Braves done here in the 5th. But not before they rack up 5 runs. 4.5 done here at McIntyre Field. Our score is now the visiting Lompoc Braves 7 and the home team Cabrillo Conquistadors nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The voice of the Lompoc Valley.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill, Dr. Draw Smith, back at the studio doing what he does so well.
Yeah. Except he's doing it in much better
He's much warmer,
temperatures.
Much warmer than we are, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, so the surprise I had for you, Mike.
Yeah.
Not only is there a budget workshop tomorrow and an interactive budget tool on the city website, but if you go fast forward to April 4th, you've got the State of the City address. Where Mayor Janelle Osborne and City Manager Jim Troop will present the State of the City over at the DeWeese Center. It's a event sponsored by the Lompoc Chamber of Commerce. It's a luncheon affair. You need a ticket to attend. So if you want more information or to reserve your ticket, call the Chamber of Commerce at 736-4567 and tell them Greg sent you. Won't get you anything special, but I'd just like to hear them say my name. So.
Give you a chance to buy a ticket. Oh, great job by the third baseman to knock that one down. Oh, threw it away, though.
And Brown slips, turning the corner, thought about going to second, but will have to stay after losing his balance. So Alec Brown with a sharp hit ball to third. Call that a hit.
Mm-hmm.
So a leadoff single by Alec Brown puts a runner at first for the Conquistadors here in the bottom of the 5th. That'll take us to Blake Beecher, number 18.
Blake's only 6'2", 185. So we've reached the skyscraper portion of the lineup. Speaking of skyscrapers, he skies one back over, take it towards softball.
Way over our heads. Just a bit out of reach.
And we have a mound conference between Ramirez and Rojas.
Just a quick one.
Having a couple of alliterative batteries today. Gonzalez and Garcia, and Rojas and Ramirez.
Yes. Rojas high with that one for ball 2.
Someday I'll learn how to speak. I think it's maybe that my lips are freezing.
That probably has something to do with it.
Ooh. Some real nice, high, hard eye candy that time.
Bleacher couldn't resist taking a hack at that one. Comes up empty for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Blake Beecher.
Oh.
Check swing called, strike 3.
And that time he dropped that swerve, and it probably dropped about 3 feet in the last.
Very quickly.
Last 5-6 feet. Bottom just fell out of it.
So one away here in the 5th inning for the Conquistadors. Gavin Towns, number 8, takes the bat. Alec Brown still at first.
Ooh.
Inside, and I do mean inside to Towns.
Yeah, he was almost wearing that one. That first pitch inside by Oscar has been pretty consistent today. That one's up a little bit high, also inside. Quick 2-0 count. That one's a bit low.
So 3 straight balls from Oscar. There was out a run of strikes there a couple innings ago. Going the other way a little bit. 3-0 now to Towns. Got him on the inside corner.
Just catch the corner. He had him backing up, and it wiggled around and came just over the corner.
3-1. There's ball 4. And Oscar gives up the walk, and all of a sudden the Conquistadors have 2 runners on.
1 out.
With 1 down here in the 5th. Takes us to Cesar Frausto.
Left-handed. He's past left-handed.
Conquistadors trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's a well-hit ball to center field. Right field will drift over and make the play. Brown will tag up and head for second. We'll stay there.
Runners still on first and second.
Everybody holds, and now we got 2 down. Mason Towns up now for the Conquistadors.
2 out.
Trying to keep this going here in the 5th inning.
He looks called strike.
Another one of those that looked like it was going to be too tight, and then swerves way back into the strike zone. That one right down the pipe for strike 2 call. No question about where that one was going to go. Towns looking at 0-2 outside for ball 1.
Here's one that's so outside that you can swing it at it if you want to, but you're not going to hit it.
Regardless.
Yeah. Ooh, and then comes back with heat inside.
Misses that one. Tight for 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Deuce is wild here in the 5th. Oh, got him on that curveball. Strike 3 called.
That inside curve is just deadly today.
Vicious, yeah. Oscar's got that one working real well this afternoon. So the Conquistadors come up empty in the 5th. They'll leave 2. So after 5 complete here at McIntyre Field, our score is still the Braves 7, Conquistadors nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Of course, we support athletics for both schools, all sports, both high schools. We are happy to be here to cover all events we can. We do have a little information about an LHS fundraiser, however, that we could pass along to you. Something called the Spring Fling. It'll happen on April 27th over to the East Center. It involves dinner for 2 and a drawing and some door prizes. All proceeds will go towards LHS athletics. So if you want some more information on that, you can get a hold of Claudia Toronto over at the Lompoc High School Athletics Office, and she'll tell you all about it. And once again, you can tell that Greg sent you. And again, that'll get you absolutely nothing else.
It'll give you a chance to buy a ticket. Oscar Rojas so far had 2 strikeouts in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, none in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. The way I add that up, that's 9 strikeouts in 5 innings.
That's
not too shabby.
Pretty reasonable. Speaking of pitchers, we are going to have a change of pitcher for the Conquistadors. This is going to be number 11, Luke Kovac.
Ooh.
He's throwing things at me already.
Yeah. And we have a, well, at least for the warm-ups, Alec Brown is behind the plate, and they moved to first.
Let's see if that holds. What can we find out about Luke Kovac numbers-wise?
He's had decent numbers.
3 appearances. He is 0-2 decision-wise and has an 8.0 ERA.
He took the slugfest at Arroyo Grande. And,
that slugfest that Mike referred to as a 12-0 AG win in the season opener for the Cubs.
Yeah. And it wasn't that close.
If you look at the Cabrillo games up to this point, they scored 3 runs in 5 games. And are below that average so far today.
And we're getting some subs here.
And so Alec Brown will stay behind the plate for the Conks.
Number 9 for the Conks, Steve Moreno, in for number 18, Blake Beecher. Number 17, Hunter Barthel, will move to first, a 6-foot sophomore. And
we have a conference on the mound already.
And we're hearing that Corbin Hayes will be in for the Braves, replacing Dylan Bailey.
In the meantime, we find number 7, Johnny Gayton, with the bat in his hand to start things off for the Braves in the 6th.
And he will take a strike that got away from Brown. Quickly chased down.
Dayton fouls this one over into the parking lot.
Quick 0-2 count.
Over toward the bright orange Frederick Quality Plumbing truck, which is generally to be found around Braves baseball.
Indeed.
Foul off the plate back towards us. We can almost reach out and grab that one.
Nice change of pace on that pitch. That was Dan Boder would have liked that one. Nice change up.
0-2 to Gayton. Goes searching for that one high and away and comes up empty for strike 3 and out number 1. And that brings us back to the top of the Braves batting order with number 5, Ryan Morgan.
Ryan looking to go 4 for 4 today.
3 singles so far for Morgan on the afternoon.
And a really spectacular running play.
Hits the first pitch over towards second and will be out at first. His first out of the day.
By about half a step.
Yep.
So it wasn't a gimme by any means.
So 2 down for the Braves here in the 6th. And number 15, Corbin Hayes, will step in for Lompoc. Looks at strike 1, right down the middle.
Another nice changeup. Gets a swinging strike. Quickly 0-2, and this half of the inning is going in a hurry.
Kovac, a diminutive ball player at 5'9", 128 he's listed. High fly ball over towards second base. Should be playable, and is. Kovac makes quick work of the Braves here in the 6th. Their first 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
And we're 3 outs away from this one being over, Greg. Well, Cabrillo can put some runs across the plate.
Well, we're still in the 6th, Mike. We got. I know it's cold.
Three Cabrillo outs. No, they're home. I'm not real functional today, Greg. You may have noticed.
Yeah, we'll go to the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah.
And Oscar Rojas still on the mound for the Braves. Probably get, I won't say probably. Quite often you'll see him work 6 and then sit out the 7th if things are going well.
Looks like Gonzalez is going to start things off for Cabrillo.
It's 7-0 Lompoc as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. You're right indeed. Matt Gonzalez will bat first for the Conks here in the bottom of the inning.
We need a pipeline to this spot with hot chocolate, Greg.
Yes. Matt batting an even 200 as well for the Conks. 3 of 15 on the year so far.
Looks at ball 1, low.
Fouls this one high off the screen. Takes us to 1-1 to Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Fouls this one off again.
To the parking lot.
1 ball, 2 strikes now to Matt.
To our right here.
A little blooper could be trouble out there into right field, and it is. Finds a little home.
Yeah, that one got out there past the dirt rather quickly and then just somebody hit the brakes and it just dropped.
Fell out of the sky onto the grass, and the leadoff single for Matt Gonzalez puts a runner on first for the Conquistadors here in the 6th. And Anthony Lopez will step into the batter's box for the Conquistadors.
Another tall one. Ooh. Takes a mighty hack.
Comes up empty on the fastball from Oscar.
He was looking to take a 7-run homer there.
I'd like to see that, actually. Pitch just high for ball. 1-1 the count to Lopez.
Healthy lead off first. The last 2 times.
Pitch just inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. High fly ball, shallow right center, right field, now drifting, and started in center, drifted to right, and squeezes it for out number 1. Runner has to hold. So Lopez flies out to right for out number 1.
And the pitcher, Kovac, another lefty, comes up to the plate.
1 down with the runner at first for Cabrillo. Strike 1. Right down the middle of the plate.
And that was a dare you pitch. It was. So was that one.
And Kovac didn't dare.
Yep.
0-2. High chopper towards short. Could be double. Play at second. Throw to first. Got him. And a well-turned double play by the Braves defense retires the Conquistadors here in the bottom of the 6th. No damage done. Lead-off single, but they come up empty. 6 complete here at Cabrillo High School. Our score is still the Braves 7, Conquistadors nothing.
Yeah, that's the
now you can say it, Mike.
3 outs.
3 outs away. 3 Cabrillo outs away.
Yeah. Well, the other thing was in that 6th. That's the first time that we've had the minimum number of batters for an entire inning.
Yeah, that is true. It's been a lot of base activity here today.
3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. Of course, I'm quite confident at this point. Well, Cabrillo would love to see a bunch of guys go to the plate. Lompoc would just as soon have the game called right now.
Yeah. Because this is the rivalry game, and anything can happen.
Yeah.
We've seen lots of stuff happen in the 7th inning. And in fact,
we've seen some stuff in the 7th inning that would even have surprised Ben Scully.
So Kovac back on the mound for the Conquistadors to try and finish the Braves off here in the 7th. And I believe we'll have Caleb Ramirez starting things off for Lompoc.
He's out there with a bat, so
it's a pretty good indicator.
That heightens the probabilities.
Sometimes I guess right. Don't forget, folks, next Tuesday, quick turnaround for us. We'll be right back here at Cabrillo High School when the San Marcos Royals will be in town to visit the Cabrillo softball team. We'll be here to bring that one to you. Start that time is 4 o'clock for that one. Hope you can join us.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the time delay, we'd just move 45 feet to our left and be set to go.
I don't think I want to stay here till Tuesday.
No, well, that's the time factor.
Yeah.
Maybe we could camp out in the snack bar. Ramirez takes ball 1.
And then swings at strike 1. 1-1 to Caleb Ramirez. Looks at strike 2.
Off the inside edge of the plate.
Kovac doing a nice job in relief for the Conquistadors here in his last couple innings.
Indeed. Ooh.
Little blooper over towards third. Nicely fielded by Lopez out there for out number 2. 2? 1.
1.
Now batting number 24, Oscar Rojas.
Rojas now up.
And Oscar has helped himself a couple times today.
Looks at strike 1. Ooh, hard hit over towards short. Throw to first. Just in time to get Oscar at first base. There's out number 2. And brings up Isaiah Hernandez, number 6.
Now batting number 6, Isaiah Hernandez.
And Isaiah is a lefty.
Ooh, grounded hardly but foul down third baseline.
Yeah, about 6 inches outside the bag. Kicks up a nice dust bloom out there. A shot.
Counts as a strike. 1 ball, no strikes to Hernandez. Drills this one over towards the Cabrillo dugout. Disappeared somewhere over there by the bullpen. Surprised that ball still has a cover.
Yeah.
0-2. Fouled out of play this one over towards the softball diamond.
Yeah. Tell you, that one before, though, sure woke up the Cabrillo dugout.
Yeah. That was a screamer. Oh, 2. Strike 3 called on the outside. Hernandez watches that one goes by and walks off with a grin on his face saying, wow.
And we have now burned through 3 half innings in which nobody reached.
9 consecutive at-bats come up empty. The Braves come up empty here in the top of the 7th.
And
now, 6 and a half complete, and it's Lompoc 7, Cabrillo nothing. And now you can say it, Mike.
Yeah. We're 3 outs away from this one being over.
Wonder. Anybody back in the press box have some information on the softball game? Nothing definitive. So.
Just some rumors.
So Oscar will stay in for the Braves to try and get the complete game.
Apparently is relatively close. We haven't heard a whole lot of cheering or anything coming from over at softball, so don't know how things are going.
Well, I'm sure it's a lot of fun over there as well.
Yeah.
This place is rocking. And you get two games going at once. So we're in the bottom of the 7th here on the baseball side. Cabrillo needs 7 runs. Hunter Barthel will look at strike 1.
Ooh. Just one. For ball 1. And Oscar has suddenly decided he's going to start dealing here. Because he is just firing.
He's not wasting any time out there at all. There's another strike called. 1 and 2 now. Got him looking. Strike 3 call. So Hunter Barthel goes down, and it's one away here in the Cabrillo 7th. Brings us to Alec Brown, number 24. Dribbles this one over towards second. Quick throw to first. 2 down. Corbin Hayes over there at first makes the play. Sean Boa at second makes the throw, and quickly 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And Cabrillo down to their last at bat. And it is Stephen Moreno, number 9. Rojas puts that one in for calls. Strike 1. Swung on a miss for strike 2. And Rojas wants to go home. He's working fast. 0-2 to Moreno. High and tight for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. Just missed outside for 2-2. Moreno fouls this one out of play.
Fouled over into the parking lot.
So Moreno stays alive with 2 strikes.
Wind finally dying down just a little bit here.
Ooh, got him swinging, strike 3, and that'll do it.
And that's strikeout number 10 for Oscar Rojas.
Quite a day for Oscar.
10 strikeout, 7-0 shutout.
That'll get it done.
That'll do it. Really nice day by Ryan Morgan offensively, and
Morgan went 3 for 4.
3 for 4, and basically kept the rally alive with his base running. But 10 strikeouts in 7 innings. This level
that's
pretty good.
So Cabrillo with the loss will fall to 1-5 on the year, 1-3 in the Channel League. The Braves up their record to 3-5 and 2-3 in league play.
Climb back into the league race a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think everybody's pretty much looking for the 3rd spot out of league.
Yep.
I think
Dos Pueblos and Santa Barbara
are probably going to take
probably the favorites for the 1-2.
Well, at least taking 2 out of the 3 anyway.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
But a convincing victory
tough
for the Braves here this afternoon.
Well, I'm trying to think, but I don't think we've ever seen a bad pitching performance from Oscar Rojas.
Well, this certainly was a premier job this afternoon.
He had it working, and
next up for the Braves is a visit to San Ynez next Tuesday for Cabrillo coming up.
Which could be really interesting because that would give them the season series against the Pirates if they can pull that one out. The Pirates are one of the teams ahead of them, but not by much. So if they could...
Says here Cabrillo's playing Santa Barbara tomorrow. Is that possible?
That's correct. They were supposed to play Tuesday, I believe, and then that one got flooded out.
Okay. And our next game will be Tuesday as well, next Tuesday. We'll be right back here at Cabrillo High School for the softball match between the San Marcos Royals and the Cabrillo Girls. So hope you can join us for that one at 4 o'clock.
That should be an interesting matchup.
In the meantime, we're done here at Cabrillo for this afternoon. For Bill Smith, back in the studio, for Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for listening today. Don't forget to tune in to New Tracks at 6 o'clock this evening. That's about 45 minutes from now. Our final score from Don McIntyre Field is Lompoc 7, Cabrillo nothing. Now we'll send you back to the greatest rock and roll on the planet at 100.9 KPEG.
Go balance the budget.
Good night, everybody.
Great music, no commercials, and no DJ banter. 100.9 KPEG.
So do you laugh or does